I grew up here in Tanana. My parents are Patrick and Lorraine Moore and Mary Jane Wheel of Rampart and Jerry Woods of Tanana. My grandparents are Jack and Courtney Moore, Charlie and Carrie Jordan of Tanana, Walter and Judy Woods of Tanana Manly, and then the late Henry Wheel and Betty Wheel of Rampart. And so, yeah, I have family all over the Yukon, all over the state, in fact. But my mom grew up migrating the river with her parents. You know, they would go out on the trap line. They would follow the fish, follow the moose, that kind of lifestyle. They're really nomadic. When I was little, we used to cut fish from morning to night for weeks on end. You know, we would eat fish, I would dream about the fish. We would process the fish. That's how we earned our living. This is my late grandma, Carrie Jordan. She's the grandma I grew up with, my mom's mom, and she's like the strongest figure that I hold in my heart. You know, her words growing up with resonate within me, and we would walk down the front street with her 22, and she'd go shoot chickens, and she'd take us picking berries, and then she'd make the jam with us. My dad, you know, he's well known across the state for being a dog man. When I was born, I came home to a dog kennel. I remember counting like hundreds of dogs, and he used to trap with them. We always had a part and a role in our family. I had to work. We didn't have a lot, but we were happy. We feed them chum salmon and whitefish and sheefish. My dad, he buys supplements everywhere. If he had a formula to make a dog feel better with the eye of a newt and a tail of a toad, he would find it and he would put it in their food to make them feel better. So that's one of the resonating jokes around Tanana. One of the most important features that my grandma passed on to me was we always had warm clothes growing up. I always had mucklucks, I always had a beaver hat, and I always had beaver mitts. So we were always dressed warm. When my brother would go off racing with dogs with my dad in high school, she made him brand new beaded gloves that portrayed how culturally rich he was. You know, he came from a good family. Beading keeps me and my mind busy, and it also relaxes me. I went to school in Fairbanks for 3 years. I'd be beading through college, and she'd just buy me supplies. She'd send me a whole entire moose skin. Trapping animals, you know, respecting them and their spirit is really important for all of us. That's one of the things my grandma always talked about, is respecting the balance between nature and animals and the world we live in here. I was Miss Rio in 2002. I worked in construction for 10 years. I've been an actor on the show Yukon Men with my dad and my brothers. You know, which is basic life around Tanana and what we do here and why we live here. We're not starving, FYI. That one's really positive for me to help portray our culture to, you know, people around the world. I'm on the school board, tribal council, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I started dating my husband in college, and we've kind of been stuck with each other since. But we got married Francis was 15 months old, and I I went and got her one day, and she came through us through the foster system, and she knows she's adopted. I knew I was adopted, and I felt lucky in that way, and so I want her to feel that way also. We had another daughter 3 years ago, and they both changed us for the better, and so our life here in Tanana has evolved around, them. Making sure that they're happy, healthy, learning, thriving, growing. Like one of the things that really resonates in my oldest daughter is Indian dancing. My best friend Dana will come and get her for dance practice. We're really lucky to have people in Tanana that are a part of our support system to raise our girls. You've heard the term a village raises a child. And I don't think I would survive having kids if I didn't have that support system, One thing that I've found that is really useful is I have a daughter who has special needs, and I use those dogs to teach her about responsibilities, values. It reaches her in a different way to where she can understand she has to be a part of our entire family system. She has to contribute. And she loves it. She loves the dogs. She loves, driving them. She actually just drove them a couple days ago, and she was so excited. Working with them, I love making leaders. So I like formulating the team that is the best possible race team. And I'm the kind of person that I get on a one-on-one level with them, and I'm like, you're gonna love me. After all the hard work is done and we're ready to go and we're out there driving, and we have a team of 20 dogs and we're going 20, 24 miles an hour. That's when I'm at my most creative and excited moment in my life. Last fall, I was moose hunting, and my husband had to leave, so he had to go to work. So getting a moose fell on me. We weren't lucky for the first 2 weeks. The animal's not gonna let you kill it. You're not gonna be, that big successful hunter. The animal gives itself to you, and that's vital. That connection is vital. And so one of the days I was fed up, and I was like, okay, I'm going hunting, and something told me, you have to stay in this area. Something said you need to go down. So I drove my boat down and I shot a moose by myself. I sank down to my knees and I said, thank you, you're feeding us. Thank you for giving your life for us. Preserving our way of life is really important for me. When I'm out on the land, it talks to me. I hear it, I listen, and there's a vibration there that I feel, and I take it in, and that makes me get down on my knees and just, I'm grateful, I'm reverent, and I'm connected to it. This is the land of my ancestors. This is where I'm meant to be. I have that feeling, that connection,